Close your eyes, dear listener, and let the world soften around you. Imagine yourself sinking into a cozy, familiar place, perhaps a soft bed with cool sheets, or a quiet corner where the worries of the day fade like whispers in the wind. Tonight, we're going to wander through time, exploring the gentle history of beds and the places where people have rested their weary heads. This is a story of comfort, of quiet moments, of the simple act of lying down to dream. There's no rush, no hurry, just a slow, peaceful journey through the ages. Let your breath slow, your shoulders relax, and come with me as we step softly into the past, to discover how humans have found rest, from the simplest straw mats to the grandest canopied beds. Let's begin, shall we? The earliest beds, sleeping under the stars. Long, long ago, before houses or villages, before cities, or even the idea of a roof, our ancestors sought rest in the embrace of the earth itself. Imagine a vast, quiet plain, the grass swaying under a sky heavy with stars. The air is cool, carrying the scent of wild herbs and distant campfires. These early humans, wrapped in animal hides, would find a soft patch of ground, perhaps near a river that murmured softly through the night. They didn't have beds as we know them, but they understood the need for rest. They would gather leaves, soft grasses, or even the fur of animals they'd hunted, piling them into a makeshift nest. It wasn't much, but it was enough, a cradle of nature's own making, holding them as they drifted into dreams beneath the endless sky. Sometimes, they'd find shelter in caves, where the stone was cool but unyielding. They'd soften it with branches or reeds, creating a place to lie down, to feel safe. Picture a family curled up together, their breaths slow and steady, the faint glow of a fire casting shadows that danced like gentle spirits on the cave walls. These were the first beds, not crafted by hands but by instinct, by the simple need to rest, to dream, to wake with the sunrise. The dawn of settlements, beds in ancient homes. As time turned and humans began to settle, building homes of mud and straw, their beds began to change, too. In ancient Mesopotamia, where the rivers Tigris and Euphrates cradled the first cities, people crafted simple platforms of packed earth or woven reeds. Imagine a small, sunlit home, its walls made of clay, warm to the touch. On the floor, a raised bed of reeds, covered with a soft layer of wool or linen. The air smells faintly of baked bread and the distant river, and as night falls, the family gathers, lying close, their bodies sinking into the familiar comfort of their woven mats. In ancient Egypt, where the Nile flowed like a lifeline, beds became more than just a place to sleep. They were a craft, a quiet art. Picture a low, wooden frame, its legs carved to resemble the paws of a lion, a symbol of protection. The bed's surface was a lattice of woven reeds or leather strips, firm but yielding, draped with linen sheets that felt cool against the skin. The wealthy might rest their heads on curved headrests, not pillows as we know them, but smooth, polished wood or stone, designed to cradle the neck and keep the head cool in the warm Egyptian nights. As the moon rose over the desert, these beds held dreams of pharaohs and farmers alike, each finding peace in their own way. Beds in the ancient world, Greece and Rome. Let's wander now to ancient Greece, where the olive trees whispered in the breeze and the air carried the scent of salt from the sea. The Greeks loved beauty, but their beds were simple, practical. They called them klein, low couches used not just for sleep but for reclining during meals or conversations. Picture a wooden frame, sturdy but unadorned, topped with a mattress of wool or straw, covered in soft fabrics dyed in gentle hues of blue or red. At night, a Greek family might pull their klein closer to the hearth, where the embers glowed softly, warming the room as they drifted into sleep. In Rome, beds grew grander, especially for those with wealth. Imagine a Roman villa, its courtyard open to the stars, the air filled with the faint scent of jasmine. The bed, or lectus, was a work of art, wood inlaid with ivory or bronze, draped with rich fabrics that cascaded to the floor. Mattresses were stuffed with feathers or soft wool, and pillows cradled heads as dreams carried them far from the bustling city.